Tape
Me
is
too.
rolling. Tick tock, tick tock.
Make it say, suck it.
Okay. Stop chewing ice. Gotta put the lid back on the drink. So that way don't
Suck
eat
it,
the ice.
miners.
Ha ha.
There you go.
Suck it, tamers.
Suck it, suck it, suck it.
Suck it. Yeah, you gotta just get a suck it.
All by itself, yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like I picked the wrong week to quit amphetamines.
Alrighty, quiet on the set, boys and girls.
Lay off the peyote.
You're listening to WRFB Radio Free Britannia. In no other better freaking place in the world than Deltona, Florida. Here you are, lunch with no other than the dynamic duo, Laz and Jack.
Greetings, everybody. This is Laz.
This is Jack. Welcome to another edition of Lunch with Laz and Jack, where we interpret the news so you don't have to.
That's right. Bringing you our own brand of news from right here inside Shroud Avatar, 5 days a week for your listening and viewing pleasure and/or entertainment, however you see fit to look at it. How's everybody doing out there today? For the record, it is Friday, April 28, 2017. We are a day into release 41. And of course, we've been having a good time around here. We had such a good time yesterday. We just ran right across the clock and kept on going.
I blame Laz.
It's all Laz's fault. That's right. You better believe it. That's right. I was on the light tirade. That's right. Now, why do I see two different types of light floating today? That's interesting. Oh, will-o-wisp. Yeah, somebody's busting balls
because
out there today.
something's not a light.
Now, see, the wisp, I understand.
His name is Harvey. He's a beautiful little light source. Just a little burned out.
Beautiful, beautiful wisp. Yes. But, yeah, where did we leave off yesterday, aside from after the soapbox and...
I've got to go find it. We were somewhere on that
thought
list.
we had just finished the meteor showers, and we were joking about that.
The sperm icon?
Yes.
I was about to say, oh boy.
Well,
come on. I mean, look at that. I mean, that just, that looks like too many
sperm.
pictures from science class in high school, for crying out loud. I don't know. I was just...
Wait, Laz, you went to high school?
Yes, I went to high school. Yes, I graduated.
Are you sure about that?
I am absolutely sure about that.
They should have wiggly tails. Then it would really be.
That you went to a school that taught you how to get high?
Well, and that too.
That is all that Laz learned.
City as school, high school. That's right.
High school.
High school. It's about, I want to say, 7 blocks away from Washington Square Park. Yeah. Do you know?
No idea where that is.
No reference. If you know what said reference to said park is.
Nope. I'm lost, man.
I know. It's a beautiful thing.
So what
That's
are we
down
working
there on
today?
the other side of Novia. Down there past them peaks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Past the peyote fields, you'll find Led Zepp out there.
Well, Led Zepp's not with us today. I think he overslept.
That's where he is.
I don't know. I
He's
don't
still in
know.
bed. And Clipsy's doing weird things on top of the
Oh, we
piano.
we never complain when Clipsy is
Or-
dancing
or should we-
naked on top
or-
of the piano.
Should we call that the
Yeah.
Shroud harpsichord?
Well, that was another one. Clipsy also wants to know when she's going to be able to lie across the top with the cover closed on top of the new harpsichord. And,
Yes.
she wants to be up there and she wants to go full out diva and be able to lay out and do a whole routine right on top of the harpsichord there. And I see Gix is agreeing by cheering that idea. Gix?
Are you sure that was Gix?
I'm sure we'll find many things if we can close that cover to do on top of the harpsichord. On top of that, literally, pun intended.
We'll
right
do
on
some
that.
weird things
Yes,
on
we'll
top
get
of it.
right on that.
Attach a pole on top of it, and we'll get right on top of it. Okay, so are you ready to continue where kind of sort of where we left off yesterday?
Sure, because this is some good news for those folks out there. Tamers, is that where we are?
Yeah, Tamers. So we need to start off with the appropriate sound
Suck
effect.
it, tamers.
That's right.
Yep, that's the one.
Now, for those of you who have heard that and have heard it throughout the world as of late, again, that was Chris reading something that was commented in Discord. And of course, taming gets a little love here, not actually suck it, tamers, as you hear.
Okay. Hey, you're killing it. I mean, because maybe they do like to suck it
Well, yeah,
with the good things.
that's Led Zepp. But
Because sucking things is not always a bad thing.
yes.
Okay,
It's
so
swallowing that's the bitch.
Speak for yourself. Good protein.
it's part of your
Part of a
well-balanced
balanced,
diet.
healthy diet. That's right.
Protein.
yes.
Paleo diet.
Okay, so tamed creatures received a lot of balance passes. Taming has needed some attention, just a little bit. And in release 41, this is the first time that Chris really spent a lot of time analyzing the issues and then implementing some changes. So he increased the damage resistance. All creatures gained damage resistance to match their wild counterparts. He also gave all the tamed creatures some methamphetamines, so they are wired and they are moving extremely fast.
So you won't see
wolves-
them lagging
yeah.
way behind their masters running through
Yeah.
town anymore. That should be nice.
So that wolves are super fast, bears are moderate, spiders are the slowest, but that was all increased by 50% faster than what they were previously. So hopefully the NBNN security spider will get out of everyone's way.
Maybe the NBNN security spider will show up before the fight's over now. Yeah.
Maybe. He also increased the base strength by at least 20 for each of the summoned or tamed creatures, and that increases both damage and hit points. He reduced the health regen to the combat level health regen and the taming on utility bars. So everything can be used from the non-combat bar or the utility bar.
Utility.
And just to appease those people that think that was a huge taming nerf, you can now unlearn it at 100% for the release 41 unlearn list. Creature and environmental effects balance. Body slam, they fixed a bug where that skill was ignoring root. The Kabbalists now no longer cast weird things on dead players.
Makes sense.
What were they doing to the dead? It's like, ooh, it's a ghost. Let's cast things on
I'm
it.
guessing they were confusing the ghosts, so trying to find the res onc was a little tough.
Well, it all depends. I mean, the confusion one being cast on dead players is probably the most aggravating. So confusion field no longer affects dead players, and the demon in the Solania catacombs, they added a spawn delay for the catacombs to discourage farming.
Suck it,
Because
farmers.
suck it, farmers. Damage resistance, avoidance, and parry. That was all given some love of some sort.
Ham, chicken,
And-
ham.
Except for if you have or melee type, you will be slightly less effective. High hit, low damage effects, double shot, rapid shot, multi shot, etc. will suffer the most, but those were designed with that in mind. So working as not intended.
Suck it, archers.
Yes.
I've heard some complaint, not much yet, but there's a little whine. Is Eclipse, you want to get some cheese out for our guests later on today? Because I'm sure we're going to need it.
Of course.
We need the cheese to go with our wine.
That's right.
And
I still got wine from happy hour. Woo!
There you go. You got
Woohoo!
leftover wine from Wednesday's happy hour? Oh, geez.
yeah.
You believe? Don't worry, it's just red wine.
And list requests that you put some chocolate on that list with the cheese.
White chocolate, milk chocolate, dark chocolate, all chocolate. Got it.
Yes. And warrior types will get some love eventually. Mages, probably none, but that will help differentiate them. Best way to deal with casters will be melee. Best way to deal with warriors will be magic. Elemental resistances, they did a major pass on elemental resistances because they were only taking 50% of damage from all melee. They removed that and replaced it with more standard damage, resistance, avoidance, and dodge based on type. And ghosts are going to be the bane of all
The
melee
bane
characters.
of Britannia.
Again.
Literally.
Yeah, I hate ghosts. Ghosts suck.
Well, he explains it here about the ghost, right?
Well, it's kind of like when we were grouped up and they are casting Death Field, and so all you see is the ghost had more hit points than we could damage.
I don't think the death magic should heal a ghost because it's like it's dead.
Interesting.
Well, anytime you cast Death Magic on a ghost, it should heal it as well.
Yeah.
Hit points.
Anyhow.
There was a balance pass on melee creature hit points to bring them down to a more reasonable value since they will take less damage. Tier 8 plus Elven Warriors were updated to make more challenging. Currently only found as a mini boss type in the dog room in the shooting gallery in the Rise. And then Bludgeons received some balance as well. Break weapons might actually break something. Break armor might actually break something too. Ground pound, he amped the damage up on that, as well as increasing the focus and the cast time. And the stun duration on crushing blow and knockback was doubled, and a chance to stun was cut in half. Fewer stuns mean less likely to be resisted.
So even
We'll see
though
how it works in
seems
practice.
bad, this is actually better. I don't get it. But
It may or may not be accurate. We'll see. Summon creatures receive some balance. They're only really useful at low levels. He tried to amp their levels by doing some Shroud math that Laz
love
and
that
I
Shroud
can't figure out. Yeah. Masters in English, bachelors in history. You can't do math. One
I
plus
love
one
math.
equals.
I should go work for them.
Okay.
we love it.
If you'd convert it to binary, I could do it. Yeah.
one bikini
skill
top
balance.
and one bikini bottom equals fun time.
I said I had to have the top.
Well, you
Yeah.
can't take off the top yet in game. So speak to the boys.
We need the hot coffee patch for Shroud of the Avatar.
There you go.
As we discussed last week, and what upset Laz was acrobatics now gives damage avoidance. Oh wait, sorry, added damage resistance now instead it adds a full-time dodge chance instead of damage resistance. Blue-blooded, is now in line with fireproof and well-grounded innates at 0.25 points of resistance per point. That's also on the unlearned list. Confusion now requires a successful cast to apply experience. Cover. They revamped 400 plus skills to make sure that they were actually set to work with cover. Many were not. And also fixed the ability of getting hit by a spell after the target has moved behind a wall. Yay! So now you can hide behind trees as things are cast on you.
I gotta ask a couple questions on this one, and this one's curious. Magic spells. If I can target you before you duck for cover, shouldn't you get hit?
Well,
Depends on the speed of the bolt that's firing and the distance.
Well,
yeah. So
that's magic. I'm not talking about a regular arrow. Now, you can get an arrow off, and you can see an arrow coming in the air from 50 meters and hopefully dodge it. But I'm talking magic here.
well,
Same thing.
Yeah,
Magic's like Wi-Fi. It requires line of sight.
I don't know.
Remember, magic is science. It's just what we don't understand in science yet. So, it still has to obey certain fundamental laws of physics as best we understand them.
yes.
All right, I'll accept that.
Yes. In any sufficiently advanced technology
exactly.
is no different than magic.
Indistinguishable from magic.
Think of it this way. I mean,
Yeah.
if you cast light and this glowing ball of light is above your head, and then you walk around a corner and the ball of light hasn't followed you yet, that part of the corner is not lit up because the ball of light isn't there.
Now you're going to get Laz on the light spell,
Yeah,
and we're never going to
he's
finish
That's
that.
the
picking on
point.
that one just for. Yeah.
It's like, damn you! Damn you, internet!
Like my good buddy Merc this morning. First thing I see this morning was commentary from Merc about the light spell. Damn you,
What I
Merc.
think about that is you cast light and the fucking light goes out of it clips through a wall or some shit, and it's just useless.
Yep. So many skills and spells were set wrong. Damage flags, those were fixed. Many skills had flags corrected to be properly blocked, parried, dodged, etc. Death magic. He did
After
weird.
deep
He found a weird
investigations.
bad math. Never.
Bad
No
math
bad math.
stuff. Bad math
Never.
stuff.
Never.
50 lashes
Bad-
for the math.
I see math.
Let's
Math,
explain
math,
a little of this
math.
math to these folks.
Nope. That means that the near-death power from gear was being applied to all death magic all the time before.
From
So if
gear.
you had this, from gear, it was 20% to all death magic all the time. Yep. Why don't you check your death stuff and see if it now says near death? So
No,
now
I actually
those
have
bonuses
since
only apply
picked up-
when you're near death.
I have since picked up one piece that actually has that prop on it, a necklace.
Oh,
now.
okay. Okay. So they looked over the numbers. They believe that the death magic gear bonuses are still too high. It is really the only magic tool that gets straight up damage bonuses, and it really doesn't need them. Going to go with just those two things, but this was all straight from Chris's update last week. Decay. It's going to make some people sad.
I'm already
Maximum
hearing
skill day
stories.
that can be accumulated has been raised from 12 hours to 24 hours.
Boo. Yes, boo.
Already seeing the flames out there in the forums.
Again, remember, this is the only game where if you succeed and you really work hard, they punish you for it.
But you'd like.
Oh, it's not the only game that punishes. It's a
Punishes
mild
for
spanking.
though, yes.
It's a mild spanking. I mean, compare this to UO, where if you died, you lost all your shit and you had to go retrieve it. And if you died in a spot where you couldn't kill everything,
I would
you
prefer
were
that
really
to than like every single skill I have losing XP across the board.
Well, yeah, they seriously need to fix that to where it comes out of the pool first instead of out of the actual skill.
It does.
But not entirely. There's some bugs there.
It's raining balls.
Yes, I saw that, and I switched
Wait.
cameras so that the audience can see the
we-
craziness that happens while
we
we're
got balls.
actually reading the news.
It doesn't look like
from
Sparrow.
Owl's Head, we're under attack.
Well, just because the tails aren't wiggly enough for you, is that why it doesn't look like sperm?
Meteor showers unexpectedly show up on the NBNN lot.
I hope that the spell cannot be cast indoors because it wouldn't make any sense to have meteors like.
Well, then you wouldn't.
Stuff.
Then you wouldn't be able to cast lightning or fireball. Although
Or
fireball, you might. be able to-
Fireball.
You can do fireball,
Yeah.
but yeah, you
But
wouldn't be
no
able to do
lightning.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
That-
lightning
that
is
would
just
have to be
static
circumstantial.
electricity.
What
Yeah, I
about
was gonna
soothing
say.
rain? Can you summon water rain in caves?
I bet it would be more difficult to make to cast a rain out in a desert area, though. If you think about it, like out in a dry desert, you wouldn't be able to cast like healing rain and shit like that. Or, but seriously though, this one really takes the cake though. You can't summon meteors like deep underground into like
Magic.
some cave system or under Brittany. It would destroy Brittany to do it.
And I'm
Yeah.
okay with that. Having
leave
like
Brittany
holes
alone.
through the sewers, that'd be
listen
cool.
to list. Listen to list. You will catch meteor showers, and you will like it and not question it. The
I don't
end.
think the code exists.
You can summon a meteor in the sewer, just a meteor of poop.
I feel like
Yeah.
there needs to be
That's right.
like a slap in there, and you will like it. Slap.
Why didn't we?
I will take my testicles and I will put them.
Yeah,
And you
see,
will-
I love how this
You
magic.
also have to listen to Gix.
I
They are
love how
magical
this magic is
and
taking a turn
they are
now.
summoned
Now they're
from a
magical
magical
meteors,
portal
and we
in-
have portals to bring them in. I love this.
Yes, the portals.
I
they
don't
open
know.
up the portal.
I see. I'm thinking that we are using celestial magic. We're changing the orbit of objects in the sky and forcing them down onto the planet,
Yeah.
like a
Through
power
a portal.
word that a mummy might do. You know.
Through a portal.
But if you're calling them meteors, I don't think that cleanliness is the issue. I think you need to go to the doctor because there's something else wrong.
And
now, what's
and
the
that.
difference between a meteor and an asteroid again?
Well, yeah, you know, an asteroid comes from the ass, and a hemorrhoid comes from the hemisphere, right?
Well,
What's
I was
that?
gonna say.
Is that
We'll
right?
we'll
Asteroid
just
comes-
reposition Uranus, and we'll blast the meteor showers that way. How about that?
Sounds good. Pooh hiss. Pooh hiss.
Moving
Okay, so
right up.
this is an important change. Everybody should be aware of this. Deck switching with coconuts is now a thing.
Nothing.
Hasn't it always
thing.
been a thing?
No, it
You
is
can
not.
more conveniently ride your horsey.
Yes, now you can actually do the horsey deck where you can do the fast travel and then switch to non-fast travel deck. And DOTs and elevation height differences should no longer impact damage calculations for DOTs. And they fixed the tooltip for Douse. Evasion, the duration was increased to make it more in line with other short duration defensive skills. Fortify defense as skill is now fixed. It was actually working before, but only as versus a very limited category of attacks.
Blade
So
Brandon,
there's only
let
partially-
the puppies out.
Why, thank you. And then don't forget, we need things. What the things are, I don't know what they are. What are those things?
And stuff.
Stuff and things.
Yes.
Do you know where I put my phone?
Yes, dear, but you'll have to pull it out later. See you after the show.
Can you call it a few times while it's on vibrate?
Okay.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yes. Okay, so where was I? Glyph shuffling bug. They fixed a bug where excess skill glyphs were not being reshuffled into the deck when creating combos. Hamstring combo might do something now. It's more powerful. Ice field that was updated, and the
I don't like
ice
it.
field slowdown effect should be longer in duration than it was before.
Well, it's true that if monsters walk through it, they get re-hit by the slow. The problem is that you must be standing completely still to cast it. So in other words, you might as well cast it on top of yourself because the monsters are going to be coming at you. And when you cast it and you're in it, guess what happens?
You're slowed down.
You get slowed down too. The caster does. They're not immune to their own magic. So I don't like it. I don't like having to stand still. This is bad. I need to be able to do it on the run.
Bad. Make it so that way you can
kill a ranger.
Ring of fire. Yeah, that's right.
Kill a druid while he's turn. Yeah, sorry.
Kill a druid while he's trying to talk to the squirrels. Ignite weapon, they fixed a bug where the visual effects were persisting after the buff expired. Invulnerability, the effect you have after resurrecting or first appearing in the scene, now properly protects you from other effects besides direct damage, like knockdown. Opportunity Strike, the skill is now better, and it has essentially been raised from 1.25 base to double damage, and still bypasses armor. Pickpocket is borked. Yes, they do. They haven't yet figured out how they're going to actually make pickpocketing meaningful in game. So now it just gives you a virtue hit and lets you do it while people stare at you.
Have the guards attack you if they catch you and then fucking kill you.
Well, as long as it's not like the invulnerable UO guards, because I kind of like killing them occasionally, which was always entertaining. Kill the guards. Poison, they added the new shared stat for poison effectiveness that makes poison more powerful, and they updated the poison effects to use the bonus. All but Chaos Poison is both a debuffs and damage. Daggers, short blades, and one-handed pole arms are now more effective with poison. Recalling, they fixed a bug where combat was not interrupting recall. Damn.
Hate it.
Resurrection, I know. It's like fixed a bug that would allow block players from being resurrected if they were regenerating health at the exact moment of death, which was the one hit point bug.
The one hit point bug, that's right.
So that should have been fixed. Reveal Hidden now works for players in the area, not just the caster. I wonder how large the area is that Reveal Hidden actually works.
15 meters, right?
I have no clue. Is it like the audio where it only partially works at 15 meters? Because I can't hear whoever's playing right now.
It's tied to your camera.
Speaking of Reveal Hidden, I just want to once again take the opportunity to point out the difference between silent movement and the wonderful shadow form spells, and how they are not even close to balanced, and it doesn't make any sense. But anyway, I'll bitch about that later.
We can talk about that later.
It's a big thing to me. It doesn't make any sense. One's a spell that takes reagents, has at 20 levels higher than the subterfuge tree version. 20 levels higher, it has half of the stealth percent, and lasts for maybe a little bit longer, but requires reagents. Okay, first of all, if you're using reagents and it's magic, it should be 100% stealth. It's an all or nothing spell. It either works or it doesn't. I understand the time. Meanwhile, though, over in the subterfuge tree, 20 levels lower in the subterfuge tree, as silent move at level 29 has 50% stealth and lasts for 45 seconds. Now, I get that if you're stealthy and you're moving around, you can stay hidden longer and people may not see you because you're hiding behind a trash can. But one is stealth and one is true invisibility by magic.
Hold on.
And one requires a reagent and the other one does not. So, it's broken.
Silent movement and the shadow form are both tier 3.
I want to know where he saw this trash can.
They're both tier 3. One takes a reagent, one does not. The magic which takes a reagent is less than half as good as the rogue stealthy move. It's magic. It should be 100% stealth because you burn through freaking reagent, or you fail it, right? And you don't know, and that's acceptable too. It either works or it doesn't work. I get that, but but not this. Hey, look, I can over here and I can stealth better than you can at half your skill level, and and not use any reagents. That's a big slap in the face to moon magic.
Well, and there's your answer. One allows movement while hidden, and one increases how detectable you are.
No.
Well,
No, they both allow you to move.
Well, that's what the skills do according to List.
25% stealth for 61 to 91 seconds versus 50% stealth for 45 seconds.
Yeah. Let's not argue
Silent
the whole
movement.
merit right now. We can dedicate a whole show to that.
Sorry.
Because I actually have one or two of those skills, and I've had some questions about them. So maybe
I have neither.
Huh? Yeah, you ain't
I have
got no
neither.
skills.
I have no skills other than alchemy and milling.
And milling, that's right. It's like I
They
keep
both allow
keep
movement
them
while
chained to the pavilion over there all day long.
That's right. Well, you'll laugh at this. Yesterday, I went and learned the huzzah emote, and let's just say someone realized that when I say just stand around, it's mostly because I'm AFK. It's like went over, talked to Minerva for a little bit, and it's like she's like, "Oh, I guess you're AFK."
And of
It's
course,
like,
List
yep.
just come back and says, "Oh, dang, you was totally right. Bug, nerf."
Nerf.
So there
Nerf
you
it.
go,
Nerf
Arius.
it. Nerf it.
That has been brought to the attention.
Well, it still hasn't been entered into Jira.
I know it's got to be entered in, but
Yeah. Bug.
at least now
Okay, so-
we really know.
Yeah. Riposte is now a damage-worthy skill.
You think?
So, yes. Yep. And so eventually, he'll even make it actually a skill that's worth using and making it more
Yeah,
compelling.
I've already weeded out of my repertoire because it's been worthless. Yeah.
It's worthless, yes. Eventually, it will get some love. Shield of Air, they fixed a bug where it would actually get worse when stacked. That's funny. Stack it, it's worse. Shield of Crystal can no longer be cast on your pets, and they added Shield of Crystal to the Reclaim or Untrain list. The stillness buff. Damage on the player now clears the stillness buff, so mages can't stand toe-to-toe in combat and get bonuses. You must not be hit. And Tabula Rasa will now properly wipes the target's deck, not the caster's deck.
Yeah, I'm sure that was screwing with some people's days.
Yeah. It's like, what? And it's like, shit.
Got the whole deck all loaded up to go. You hit it and it wipes your deck, not your opponent's. Yeah.
Yeah. Caltrops, the slowing effect has been increased by 50%. It's like, ouch.
And
I
they
stepped
work
on a
on
pointy.
dragons.
Ouch. Ouch. I stepped on a
And they
pointy.
work on dragons.
Okay, for now. Explosion potions can be thrown on your utility bar. Gear Decay, which is making lots of people really sad right now. And he has increased the rate at which things get damaged by 25%. And he will probably keep creeping that value up, as currently both from testing and player reports, stuff never needs replacing, which will make Arius and Coilmore Wands happy because you have to replace your gear. Yay! The Knight Marshal's helm will no longer break armor set bonuses like the light armor and light armor. It was always marked as heavy armor. Maximum critical. They added a max crit stat to weapon archetypes and set to the current value of 2 for all weapons, but now 2.5 for polearms and crossbows. This was added for crossbows because unlike bows, they do not have a strength bonus of any sort.
Speaking of
Polearms.
crossbows, there's got a report that you can't make crossbows because there's a certain piece missing. Anybody come across that?
Well, for one, a crossbow uses bolts, not arrows, and you can't make bolts. And I don't know about
Details,
crafting crossbows.
details.
I know.
Semantics.
Semantics. It's a stick that flies. It's got some
short,
fletching on it.
pointy stick that flies and causes damage. That's right.
Yes. Yeah.
Semantics, my ass. I'd like to see you shoot a crossbow bolt from a bow.
I can. As long as I'm using like the kid, a normal sized crossbow bolt with a very, very young child's bow.
Okay, so you have experience using short sticks as long as it's kids' equipment. Got it.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
He still shops in the children's department, is what he's telling you. That's right.
Hey. I'm not Led Zepp. I am not Led Zepp. Okay, artifacts. Gaia's Heart can now be used in either hand. Instrument artifacts have been fixed temporarily. They were only attempting to recast one time every 20 seconds, and now they recast every 5 seconds, and the buff will last 30 seconds.
There you go.
Unfortunately,
Blade
they
Branded
do
wants
not
to be able
affect
to load daggers
recasting.
into the crossbow. I like that.
You know what? You can load daggers into your crossbow. You can load marshmallows in your crossbow, like I saw at the fair.
Did you see somebody
Yeah.
actually do that? Marshmallows in a crossbow?
Marshmallows inside of a crossbow. Yes, I did see that. And they kept shooting the marshmallows. at
Les,
people.
here's your soapbox back. Sorry, I had to borrow the Lever 2000 there.
Yeah, no problem. All right, so back to the light spell.
I'm waiting
Lord.
I'm waiting for Gixie to like push Clipsy off of the piano.
I think there should be two
It's
circles
like-
that hover around you with the light spell. I think you gotta double it up.
Jack, Gixie is a gentleman. He wouldn't push me off except to land on me.
I was gonna say
Okay.
he would trip
I'll
you
follow.
and beat you to the floor, sweetheart. Don't.
I think we need to all surround Laz with light spells.
Oh,
If it
bite
was a
me.
little pixie inside of it, like that, you could see a little pixie floating there, like you summoned a pixie to light your way. Would that be okay?
It already is a pixie, homie. Take a look.
You can't. I had. I'm just saying.
Something.
Willow is just bigger, not nearly as bright though. Makes me sad.
Yeah. New artifacts. They added 7 different artifacts. The Torch of Jurek will now be the Torch of Jerk, especially as Skroda holds it inside of his music box. And Laz, your music's broken.
Yeah, it's not doing anything. I see that.
Or are you trying to tune your lute?
I'm
He's
getting ready for the next song.
He's a one-hit wonder.
I know. It's like, what is this?
Okay.
And it's not stones. What is this? Okay. The character, the Titan of Granis, now has unique art. You've got the screenshots, blah, blah, blah. No spoilers yet. The Kabbalist visual effects have been updated and made more sinister. The male commoner had received some polish, aka dirt, and along with some variable. And now you can run around with a wearable backpack, including
can wear
an
your
ornate
backpack.
Yeah. Still don't have one on the character sheet, because I would really like to drag things around and drop them on my backpack that's not on my character sheet, instead of bringing up my entire inventory.
And thankfully, it's not tied to your character. I'm wondering, can you put other stuff in it? Because it's not your main backpack, right?
It's a backpack. I don't know. I don't own one, and I haven't crafted one. Laz definitely needs more lights around him.
I've seen on stream. I've seen people like take their main backpack, take their cloak off, put their main backpack in their back, and they can still access the stuff that's in it. And like if you have reagents in that backpack, it'll pull from those reagents as well.
Yeah, but do they still mix? Yeah, well, because that's still got to be inside your main backpack regardless, right? I don't know. We'll have to look at that.
Well,
It's just a
It
sub-inventory.
probably equips the cloak slot when you're
Yeah,
wearing
it goes on the cloak slot. Yes,
Yeah.
that's all it does.
Yeah. Crap ton of new weapons including the Elven Woodwind shortbow,
which is really
And then-
cute, actually.
a bunch of other stuff, including some stuff that's on the add-on store,
Top
like the
tier
glaive and
elven
the satyr
archers.
arch. Yep, that's where you get the Woodwind shortbow.
Oh, so they're even telling you where to find these things. Very nice. Okay,
Yep.
which
I
one's
found
got
it in Verdantis.
Which one's got the best wood scrap level, and that's what we're hunting tonight?
Top tier
Longbows.
Elven archers will have the longbows, and the Woodwind shortbows will probably be the best scrap potential. And then after that, the Summer Telethon thorny weapons and leaf weapons have made it into the game. New cloaks available on the add-on store: the Darkstar fur-collared cloak, the Lord British fur-collared cloak, the fur-collared sigil cloaks.
Gixie's
We
got
can-
one on.
I know that, but
Um,
these were put out as special collectible cloaks, and now we have duplicates of and renamed
With fur
cloaks
collars.
With fur
They're
collars.
different.
I mean, come on, you're killing me.
Laz, did you see the price on that Darkstar cloak?
Pixel crack.
$30. $30.
Yeah, what
$30.
the price of my now defunct cloak should be.
No, your now defunct cloak should be $75.
Well, I guess that's what the price may be later on, but yeah.
And don't forget, we still have more thorn weapons to come because we still haven't gotten things like the thorn wand.
Thorn Wand wasn't on the list. May have to hope
It
for
was on
another
the it was on the telethon. That was the whole thing. That was one of the
That was a
things.
stretch
was the
goal,
thorn wand.
maybe. I don't
No,
think
it was in the telethon. That's why I was so adamant about getting in the telethon this year, was because of the thorn wand.
Where's my thorn elephant?
Where's my elephant?
Yep.
That's right.
Boom, 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 boom,
Anyway.
boom, 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 boom. Yeah.
I'll melt
Butterfly
down those
masks
sigil
are-
cloaks now.
Yep. There's a black and white butterfly mask now in the add-on store. A bunch of new emotes, including where to get them, are now there.
Yeah, I meant to
including
run around
Boo.
and do that yesterday, but got sidetracked by the dragon.
You gotta get the time rift.
I
Yeah,
know.
you have to get the time rift in Solace Bridge.
And learn to waltz with me.
Yes. And the waltz lead and the follow. So, do you lead or follow?
Depends on the man.
Both.
Did
Oh.
she swallow? What?
I do have the huzzah emote, and it is different between guys and girls.
I haven't been to Spite yet to get it.
Well, someone else gave it to me, and I can't give it away
Nice.
to other people. Yeah.
Yeah, he hasn't been to Spite either. Tell you, he never leaves that pavilion.
Yeah, I'm pretty much in the pavilion all the time. New ducks around Novia.
Ducks.
The light spell. Light spell. We've got some news about the light spell. That there's
Suck
for the
it,
third
light
time.
We
spell.
need more.
for the
Need
third
more
time
on the
there's
set.
been a new. Yeah, we definitely need more light spells on the set because it's a little dark in here and we can't see Laz as he's playing. And I heard that if you cast the light spell, it helps the volume.
Bite me.
So the light spell is directly tied to the volume, so you must cast the light spell whenever you see Laz.
Known issue.
Known issue. Working as intended. Okay, then after that, the polished the torch and the one-handed weapon hold. So now you properly grab your crotch. Double animations bug. Fixed a bug that was causing some animations to play twice. Musical instrument sync issues. There was a bug with that. That's supposedly been fixed now. Musical volume still completely borked, and they have no plans of ever
can
fixing
sing,
that
but
until
we can't
someone
hear
else
Jack. I know. I love
Yeah.
it.
You can't hear a damn thing from what someone's standing unless you're standing right on top
See,
of them.
the reason why everybody's standing on top of me, giving me light, is so they can hear what I'm playing, because the 15
Exactly.
meters
Yeah.
is really worthless. If you really want to hear what I'm playing, you got to be standing right on top of me.
Yes.
The key is groveling on top of Clipsy.
I feel like that's working as intended for Laz then.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, groveling on top of Clipsy is something she always enjoys. I'm waiting for it.
Scroto, that's your cue.
What I miss? What?
Anything you want.
Everything you want.
Yeah, contextual help has been updated somewhere. Crafting. Still, the time sink is real while they reshape and patterns for decorations, blah, blah, blah. There's now more additional book cover patterns using the tailoring skill for books covers.
Sweet.
And player books can now be salvaged for materials and patterns. And new in-game weapon patterns are there. New add-on bundle and plunge weapon patterns. Then new recipes for crossbows.
Yay!
Forked.
Yeah.
There was a note. There is a little bug in crossbows at the moment. You can't mastercraft them.
From what I understand, Spiff says it's missing a component. You can't make them.
I don't know. No idea.
Has been making.
So I had a guildmate make one last night.
And maybe he's just missing
Doesn't know where to get the component at.
information. Yes.
Yeah. Boss creature trophy heads are now craftable. Rustic wood and leather furniture, craftable. What, the dragon head?
Well, the troll head is super tiny, and I'm like, man, the troll's huge, and its head is just this big. And yes, that's what she said.
Which head did you mount, though? I know you're all about the mounting of heads, but which one did you mount?
Apparently the wrong one.
Yeah, okay. You wanted to mount the big head, not the small head?
It was so tiny.
It was so tiny. You didn't feel a thing, did you?
Feel what?
It sounds like another problem with volume.
That shrinks a bit as soon as you cut it off. Dehydration and stuff.
Shrinkage. And Laz, hit escape.
All the blood comes
Might
out.
have been cold outside. We don't know.
Laz, hit escape. Thank you. Damn, sound was looping. I've got it just for you, just because you're a little slow. No, I started first.
It's okay, they can't hear you even on top of me anyway.
It's all good. It's all good. We'll see how many people we can get playing Stones. Okay, so
Weddings and War by Laz. You got to meet the 1 so you can get to the 2 and the 3.
That's right.
Yes.
And a 1 and 2.
Yes, Lord British's favorite instrument, the grand piano, has made it into the game, although it's been skinned and named the harpsichord.
Stones won,
and
apparently.
it sounds just like the lute in game.
The piano.
Oh,
does it sound like a lute? Are we that lucky?
I have no idea. I'm interpreting the news, so you don't have to.
I thought we were making a good interpretation. You know, we've seen things like that before.
Okay, what does the lute sound like?
Harpsichord.
A harpsichord. So the harpsichord is going to sound like the lute, which sounds like a harpsichord.
I really didn't think the lute sounded like a harpsichord, to tell you the truth.
When's the last time you heard a harpsichord? Sounds like this.
Thank you. When was the last time you heard a harpsichord? Thank you very much.
You gotta look on YouTube or something.
You guys are going to drive me to drinking, I swear.
You don't stop.
Hey, we're not even reading the stand-up corner.
I know.
Otherwise, you would be drinking.
Bong water at that.
Nah, see. Oh, there you go. You got to be doing shots of that when we do the stand-up corner.
Yep. So the Obsidian Forge, they have doubled the health and focus drain at the Obsidian Forge to better balance the benefits associated with the Obsidian gear. The Warlock Chain Bug, been fixed. Rose Polishes, they're much brighter on the Rose Blooms. Masterworking Wands now skills up the Bludgeon Masterworking and Carpentry. So, you know what? I know someone who's going to be working on his masterworking skills shortly after this show. He's going to be polishing.
I have no idea
that
who
wood.
you're talking about.
Who's going to be polishing wood around here?
Besides me?
Led Zepp.
Yes, besides you.
Okay, lots of people are going to be polishing wood around here.
What's the question?
Yep.
Don't worry, Scrota. I'll show you
It's
later.
okay. Just
Oh
go,
my.
just go back to
babe.
Robin Arias's.
I'll be converting that.
We're
That
gonna use
wood
this
into
slick
pulp.
wax here. This fine polish right here.
Yeah.
Try that.
Yeah, the merchant shirt is now cloth armor. Localization stuff they've been working on, user interface polish. We can talk about how that's, you know what, some of it doesn't make sense, some of
Is
it
that
does.
truck playing Stones too?
Yes, that's.
Oh, I just thought Jack was backing his ass up.
I back that ass right up.
Back that ass up.
Yeah. And pretty much that's all that's useful out of the thing.
No user interface polish. We'll tell them all about that. Actually,
No, I'm
we
not
don't
gonna
have time to go into all that. Otherwise, we're
Not
going to
do
do
it.
exactly
Wouldn't be
what we
prudent.
did yesterday. But be prudent. That's right.
What? They pray.
Someone actually looked at the. Hey, it's Winches and Mead. I think I've heard this song before.
What?
I love Winches and Mead.
You going to the festival? The festival closed down last weekend, didn't it?
Yes, it did. Unfortunately, one of the festival goers just died in Austin.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah, what's really scary is she was riding her motorcycle on 35 and the wind blew her off.
Holy
Oh
crap.
my god.
What?
Yeah, and it's really like eyewitness reports from behind her. It's like she was riding, gust of wind like was blowing her, and she was having problems controlling her motorcycle, and then boom, it ended up blowing her up against the railing, and then she just went all the way over and fell 100 feet to her death.
Was she like 50 pounds?
I don't know.
Probably about 115. She was pretty petite. Yeah. And there is a GoFundMe. I shared it out on my Facebook page. If you follow me on Facebook, just go look for Jack Cynicist, and you'll be able to find me. And then if you want to contribute to that GoFundMe, you can. It's going to be for her 6-year-old boy.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
sad. Those
That's
things are
really
dangerous.
sad.
Yes, it is a sad situation. Like when people first notified me, it's like the name, it didn't ring a bell. Then it's like I saw a picture and it's like, oh, I know who that is. Yeah. So that was also shared out by Hobbit Dragon as well. Okay, so what else are we doing today?
Moving right along.
Since
Weekend roundup.
since I
And
know
we'll
that
make
light
it a
spill.
quick one because we only got about 9 minutes, not even.
Okay, well, let me prepare it by unchecking things. Don't forget community calendars hosted on nbnn.info, which you can always get on your phone or electronic device. Just go to the appropriate store and go search for NBNN or Shroud of the Avatar, and you should be able to find the NBNN Soda app, and it has all the links to the great things related to Shroud of the Avatar, including the community calendar, where all times on it are Central Standard Time in the real world, but we prefer to refer to it as New Britannia time. Today at noon and 6, two idiots interpret the news so you don't have to on a show called Lunch, Lil Az and Jack on WRFB. At 7 p.m. tonight, we have the Phoenix Republic PvE nights where you can join Malhari or Kazan Phoenix Fire for exploration of all kinds of different areas. At 7 p.m., if you don't want to go kill monsters and you would rather kill players, you can go join Vengeance Madness, open PvP event taking place in the town of Vengeance, where you've got an hour to kill everyone and everyone. Yes. At 7 p.m., while you're doing that, you can tune in your ether amplifiers to WRFB for the record room. And at 10 p.m., you should be listening to the record room, which takes us to Saturday.
On hold.
Yeah, that's right. That's why I skipped it. On hold means skip. Saturday morning, bright and early, you need to wake up.
Wake
New
up.
Britannia with Wolftam and Celine at between 7 and 9. And do we have any idea who are you segment
I
is going
believe
to be
that
this week?
Wolftam is sick this week, and there is going to be no wake up this week. I
Oh,
heard
no.
that last night
Wake Up was
on
canceled.
Justin's show, so we wish Wolfie speedy recovery. And,
get well soon.
Get well soon. That is right.
Yeah, and if you need a doctor, I know one that's currently in med school that'd be more than willing to take the rectal temperature.
I think we know a nurse too, don't we?
Yes, we also know a nurse.
Oh my!
Yes. At 12 o'clock is the Welcome Quest taking place in Bowling Green. At 1 p.m., the Bear Tavern is having their 4th anniversary. Don't forget, the Bear Tavern generally results in the Bear Tavern Brawl afterwards. Because you know what happens with alcohol? Occasionally people get a little punchy and punch drunk. 7 p.m., the EVL Monster Mash Dungeon Crawl is taking place. You need to contact the Dungeon Master of Denied, and that's going to start on the overworld map outside of Sultan. At 8 p.m. on WRFB is going to be the Swap Shop. And at 10 p.m. is the Noma Promo Asian Edition, which is going to take place on Proma Alley in the Novia Market. Noma Promo.
Novia Market. That's right.
Go join them. Go join them in the Novia Market, which is a player-owned town.
Just outside.
The Novia Market is just outside of Brittany. Yes.
Right next to Duns Keep.
Oh, is that where they have like the doorbusters and like
That's
stuff?
the place.
That is it.
Oh baby, I saw some 40 gold wood. I got my eye on.
Every Sunday, these guys are running promos out there, so go check them boys out.
Yep, that includes Sunday morning.
Sunday.
At
the Fairport Coliseum.
At 1 a.m. is the Noma Promo Asian Edition.
Continue.
Again, yeah, it continues at 6 a.m. with the European Edition, Noma Promo Europe Edition, 6 a.m. And at noon, Noma Promo America's Edition. Since Laz finally got it on the calendar correctly. Yay!
Yay!
What? No other people. I see Laz smiling, but I don't know why. At 12:30, don't forget you can join Bowen Bloodgood out in the New Britannia Market at the museum for Astronomy Night, where you can go research the latest changes to the celestial beings above us. At 2 p.m. is the Bear Tavern pub crawl, because all great adventures begin in a pub somewhere.
Hungover and hurting from the day before.
And at 3 p.m., you need to go all the way west on the overworld map to the town of West End for the West End Fight Club for some PvP.
PvP. That's right.
And that is our community calendar for this Friday, April 28th through Sunday, April 30th in Shroud of the Avatar.
Shroud of the Avatar. That's right. And of course, we want to thank our latest sponsor out there, the Selenia Lottery. The Selenia Lottery is running right now. You can go out to Selenia, check out the vendor out there. There's a chance is actually up the stakes there. There's actually a first, second, and third place. And we'll drop a link in here. I don't have that link very handy. I should have. Oops. But we'll get that in chat for you. Of course, I want to thank all our other sponsors out there. Again, it's been a whole bunch of news, so I'm not going to roll those credits. Going to thank, of course, WRFB, Radio Free Britannia, for letting two wild and crazy guys like us run free day in and day out. Want to thank the good folks over at the Auchenshire and Markham Farms. Well, the Jack should be thanking them because he gets all his reagents through Auchenshire and Markham Farms. That's right.
I love me some Auchenshire and Markham Farms.
Those are good friends and family over at the BMC. Check out Market Road for all your crafting needs. Of course, Jacob White over at SodaMap, sodamap.com. Of course, now in-game, if you hit M, that should be functional in this release. When you hit M, the map should now come up for everybody across the board. Just a little side note. Of course, Relics by Rill, relicsbyrill.com for all your licensed Shroud of the Avatar swag. Use the promo code NBNN and you'll save 10% on checkout. And of course, the Shroud Marketplace, where you can get your virtual vendables on and sell just about anything you want. A quick wrap up on that, and then we'll thank the good boys and girls, and let's get out of here, Jack.
Yeah, Shroud Marketplace is the place to go buy or sell anything Shroud of the Avatar related, and that means that every single vendor is a different player. There's currently over 40 vendors. If you're interested in selling your goods on Shroud Marketplace, you just have to register for an account, then click on vendor registration, and it's free to list everything that you want. Don't forget, a commission is taken out at sales time.
How much?
And don't forget, well, it depends on what kind of membership that you have. I mean, you can always go register as a vendor and you can check that out.
Yes, the percentages are different.
Yeah.
Free is a little higher than the gold. The platinum is a little lower than, and of course, the diamond.
It's all cheaper than eBay.
Well, yeah, that's a good point. That is a good point.
That's the best point ever. It's cheaper than eBaying your items, and it's cheaper than going out and getting your own shopping cart software. So don't forget, you can also check out some of the latest items added, including Rolot Deeds, POT Rolot Deeds, 2 million worth of game gold, artifacts, anything game related, accounts all the way through services can be posted on Shroud Marketplace. And it's actually time for us to thank the most important people around here. And that's thank you for watching out on Twitch, YouTube, or listening on WRFB.
WRFB Radio.
Some for much longer and harder than others.
That's right. We love you all. Of course, we're going to go ahead and wrap up and get out of here because we want to go play with all the goodies out there in R41. So, till Monday, I'm Laz.
I'm Jack.
And we are NBNN. Have a great weekend, everybody. We will see you then.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So long.
Bye-bye.
Saying.
Bye-bye.